In last video, we have seen how to write lambda expression. In this video, I will show how to invoke any lambda expression. So what exactly we need to invoke a particular lambda expression? So as I said earlier, we need l- functional interface so that it can hold a particular lambda expression and then we can invoke it. Now, there are so many implicit functional interface present in java.utility function package. You can use that and you can use that to store our lambda expression according to our scenarios, and then we can invoke it. But in this video we don't see that. We will see all those functional interface which is being provided by, for example, we have function, predicate, we have consumer, supplier, by function, like this. There are a couple of more, and we will see one by one in subsequent video. But here I would like to show you how to invoke this by creating our own functional interface so that we can understand exactly how it works. Then we can easily use some other utility functional interface. So in this example, our use case is very simple: sum of two numbers which will return another integer. So basically it will take two integer and then it will return another integer. So if you remember, we have written lambda expression out of it. So how exactly we will write? So let's see how exactly we are writing. We will pass first two parameters, then we'll give the arrow sign. As this lambda expression doesn't have more than one statement, so we can skip curly braces and we can directly return those things. And we know that return is again not necessary to write here, so we can directly write a plus b. So this is our the lambda expression. Sorry, here a plus b. Yeah, so this is the lambda expression. Now this is lambda expression, but where exactly you will store it and how to invoke it? Now we'll see that one. For that, because we are not using any implicit functional interface, we have to create your own functional interface. So I have created here. So this, what is functional interface? A functional interface can have only one abstract method. We know that we have interface, and in interface can have any abstract method, and it can have a default and static method as per Java 8. Before that, obviously, default and static was not present. And but what is the difference between functional interface and normal interface is that the functional interface can have only one abstract method. Now, if you remove it, this is also a functional interface. Okay, because we have only one abstract method. But we can write multiple here. Okay, we can write one more and we can give someone. So it is perfectly fine. To avoid this, to check on this, we have used functional, Java 8 introduced this functional interface annotation. So now if you use this functional interface, it will complain you that you can't use this. And obviously you can use this, but this is again not a functional interface. So if you are using this, so it will check, and then you have to provide only one abstract method. Though you can write any default and static method inside the functional interface, we will see in details maybe in upcoming videos. So let's fulfill our target first. So we have written this functional interface. Now we have to execute it. Execute our lambda expression using this. So as I said earlier, we can use this functional interface to hold our lambda expression. How we do that? So we will just write the interface name, and then we can uh, write some variable, for example, summation. Now you can see there is no compilation error. So, and we can see here we can assign this lambda expression into this variable. Now, how exactly it will check? Okay, a b is integer, so it will go to here. We have already defined it, right? Int a and int b, and it return int because it has only one abstract method. In this way, it can map all those your I mean lambda expression to this according to this method. Now this is the reason we can't have multiple abstract method out there. If we have, then obviously compiler get confused where to map where, right? So that's why in functional interface we should have must have only one abstract method, and the main purpose of this functional interface is to invoke our lambda expression. Yeah. Now we can easily call this method. So let me print it, or let me first call this method. So we have summation variable here, and we have provided a method which is sum method, right? Now once you pass this 20 or like 50, so we are passing two integer over here. Now this lambda expression will get executed through this method. Okay, now if you print it, let me put it in some variable, s, something like this, or we can write sum of number number. So now if you print it, we'll get the value. So print this. Now if I'll execute this, I'll get the proper result. Obviously it will be 70. Now we have seen how to write a lambda expression, or to invoke a lambda expression, or to write our own functional interface. And now we have and we can write multiple. Suppose for example you have to write another lambda expression, you have to change this method, I mean change, you have to write another functional interface to do that, right? Now as I said again, we have a lot of, we don't need to write this functional interface every time. Based on the scenario, Java has provided so many functional interface for your use. For example, predicate function, consumer, supplier, buy function, like this. And I'll explain these things in detail one by one. So maybe in our target will be like this. In upcoming video, we'll take one by one. For example, we'll start from function. We'll check all those things, function chaining, how to call this, I mean how to use this function functional interface, and there are some default method also inside that. We'll see one by one, but this is our goal. We have seen how to write lambda expression, how to invoke it. So thank you guys, and see you in next video.